Hello everybody again and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I'm your host Mike and he's back and bigger than ever. He is...
Sleepy Joe.
It's Sleepy Conejo slash Plex Doza, the artist formerly known as Cameo. What's going on, dog?
Tired.
Tired? I heard you had an incident with the NYPD yesterday, dude. Did you see? If you haven't gone to the Facebook page, Cameo was looking straight at NYPD, lots of cops, dude. But it wasn't anything bad, was it? It was just a little escort thing there, huh?
Oh, yeah. They're escorting some other people.
Yeah, I was just making sure they weren't escorting you out to the gulag there, you know? You never know.
Yeah.
So, not a good place to get thrown into prison there, so avoid that at all costs. So, we got a good show for you planned. Shout out to Tulicious Kitchen and Christian Guzman and Price Rescue for the comments. We appreciate it. We also, Cameo had some new listeners there. Bring up their names here if we want to dial them up real quick. They just throw us out. So I mentioned those guys. We got Casey Coleman writes, he liked the video there. And then we also had got hit up by VendorWorks for Grill It. So wish they had their connections anywhere in there for Grill It to send us some Penguin pretzels there. Apparently they said that Grill It's connected to Penguin pretzels.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then you have the typical people on the channel with the refrigerator. You know how they love me when I pop in a couple of those deals there. So, but enough of the channel. Get your comments in because Camille, where are we going at for this one? Are you going to give out a Christmas gift card for the people who go shopping with some actual real money or what? You're going to get, actually it'll be Turkey Black Friday gift card maybe, or a Halloween gift card. I don't know, not Halloween the movie. So, although we could do Halloween the movie, you never know, just do a gift card to the movie theater. Maybe another AMC gift card. Huh?
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks for subscribing. The only reason why we're here is because of you. You are the most important reason why me and Camille are here. We're not here for anything else but to help you and help you prepare for the future as far as coming down the pike, as well as your, you know, the stocks. We want to help you out to see what we can get you hooked up with there. So, Camille, first topic, we're going to go into my beginning everyday monologue if I see any news that's popping off the charts. Some days we'll do this, some days we won't. Biggest headline out there, well, is first, is one comes from Jack Posobiec, which is very interesting, guys. I didn't want to start the show off with this, Camille. I want to get your take on this too with supply chain things and things like that, being that you're in the supply business and know it a lot. So Cameo, if you guys don't know, he knows all as far as what's going on with these arteries, where everything goes as far as parts, things, you know, chips, all that kind of stuff, shipping containers. Cameo, you got the as far as the generals in Beijing, they're saying that they want to move on Taiwan, and they're not just saying this now. They said the time is now. I saw a tweet from Jack Posobiec. Did you catch that tweet I sent you over there?
Yeah, I did.
You think this has anything to do with Evergrande or something like that?
Maybe.
Yeah, because what we're going to talk about now, guys, is that you have more players. We're going to name some people that are actually. This thing runs deeper than we thought before. Now, why is Taiwan important? Because Taiwan has your chips, as far as for pretty much everything, your computer chips and your vehicles, things like that, parts for those, and you need those to operate pretty much everything. So why is that important to you? Because it affects our economy. So that's why we're talking about it. Because if this happens, things are not going to be so great, right, Camille?
Oh, they're not.
You know, so not only will we not getting basketballs, and there'll be a basketball shortage like we had for some of our clients that we had to kill that off and kill that deal off, but also just all your normal things, and obviously the coal situation where they cut back on that for the power crisis. That's going to affect all your plastics. They're also calling a rumor of Blue Christmas. Have you heard of Blue Christmas before, Camille?
Oh, no.
The Blue Christmas is as far as that people are going to be sad because of all as far as the prices with toys and things like that, and shortages that are coming from this whole thing with supply chains and things like that. So look into that, dive into that. But what we're going to talk about is the China financial crisis is here. More companies are coming out of the woodwork and are unable to pay their debt obligations, Camille. As far as the Gateway Pundit and Jim Hoft has been reporting this for weeks, as far as we have some other players and some numbers as far as what's happening. Have you seen any of this playing out at all, Camille?
No.
No? Okay. So today they can report that the situation is spreading further and further than what we talked about yesterday. A company named Jumbo Fortune, look them up. I believe Bloomberg did a plug on them. They have a $260 million note coming due soon. Coming due October 3rd, 2021, says it was backed by Evergrande. However, Evergrande apparently didn't record this on the liability books now. Eesh. And no word as far as anything that has been settled yet. Okay, Camille, so two companies, Fantasia and I believe it was Sinic Holdings, were downgraded on their overall risks from strained cash flows. This is according to CNBC. They did a plug this morning. They talked about this, and the alphabets and the cats are in a fuss there due to this lovely thing that's happening. I don't think they thought they saw this coming on their watch. Now, several economists predict this, Camille, as far as that. You think the cats are in a fuss as far as for the shitstorm coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Okay, guys, so it looks like with Fantasia Holdings, they did not repay their principal. It's $260 million, Camille. The fallout from Fantasia, however, is compared to Evergrande. Okay, Camille, so Fantasia did not repay its $206 million bond and on its filing with the Hong Kong Exchange. So what does it have to do with you? The fallout of Fantasia, however, would be smaller compared to Evergrande. So you not only have the Evergrande bomb, but you have this bomb on top of it, Camille. As these dominoes start to fall, when does this get into a desperate situation as far as that when they're going to move? When you've seen all these amphibious vehicles, you've seen 56 sorties over Taiwan. You got the gold reserves, and you have their manufacturing there in Taiwan. What do you think, Camille, as far as when do you think Xi makes his move? Huh? Just for the fact that with all this stuff compounding, that would make sense to go beyond the move as far as that, because then you get access to all that, and that might be able to ease the tensions there. So with that, Evergrande's the world's most indebted property developer, according to this, with liabilities of $300 billion, with Fantasia total liabilities of $82.9 billion, with $12.8 billion the first half, according to CNBC, is what they're saying there, Camille. So with this, I don't see anything good coming down as far as this there. What say you? Okay, Camille, so with going through this, the Sinic has total liabilities of 14.2, and then you have 38.7 million in interest payments on two onshore yuan-dominated bonds that was due September 8th, and the S&P said. The total debt of all the above companies that we talked about with Sinic and Fantasia, and we're not talking about that Fantasia, Camille, where you smoke it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you know what the total debt is for this thing, this debt bomb coming?
What about the debt bomb?
$400 billion. It equals to $500 billion US dollars, is what they're saying, according to financial analysts. Sick with it, huh?
Yeah.
That's not tight. What's your take as far as everything that's going here? Does this seem like it's coming into it? What's your take as far as this?
Fuck it all.
There's Camille's opinion. You asked for it, he's got it. So he's saying you're saying stock up and be prepared, right? Okay, guys. The next stock we have is SKLZ. SKLZ. Last tick was $8.76. Going back to the history on this one, well, there's a lot of news that's been coming along with this one because they're into gaming, and if you do the gaming that they have skills. Yeah, they base it on your skill level to where you want to go as far and what game you want to play. So it's not like some of the games out there where you're going against the best in the world because they have their practice, and then some people are just very good at games and it comes naturally for them. Yes, there is skill in playing games. Yes, there is. You might not think so, but there is. Going into it, and that wasn't me trying to be funny. It is what it is. So with it on this stock, originally it looks like, going back to the history here, it looks like April of 2021, you had this thing almost at like $19. And then we saw another spike, and we'll have the charts up and other TVs and things like that, so you can have that in the background and take a look at the analysis on that. So going on to this, there looks like we had another spike going past $20, and then almost to 25 cresting. That was around July. And then after July, after the summertime, we saw a big dump. Now maybe that was a pandemic dump, because people started getting to relax and things like that, and maybe some of the with the ad revenue and things like that, maybe they dropped off. We'll see what we can dig up on the alphabets, because there's lots of alphabet plugs on there. But you got down to the October 21st range and around the August 21st range with that dump, and you went down and down and down to you're below to $8.76. Now, with that saying, with where we're at, and we see these types of stocks do this, what I'm going to say is that what we're going to see is you're getting this at a cheap price. I'm just going to tell you that now. I think it will come back, because with certain things I know, without trying to get censored from your people out in La La Land and things like that, we'll just call it the Ministry of Truth. I foresee that you're going to see some other type of thing sometime in the future, to where people will be playing games more and more from, let's just say, maybe lockdown, things like that. So that's not a hot take or anything like that. I'm just saying this possibly of something that could happen, and whether it plays out or not, but you could be seeing more with this. And as far as that popularity, this thing's going to only get popular. And if you play with these guys, you're also going to get, they're donating to charity as well. When you play a game, they will donate to charity, and we will get into that. So we're going to dive into the website, because most people that do these kind of things, as far as with these videos, they don't tell you what the company does. The reason why I do that and try to tell you and show what I know about it is because I want you to know what you're investing in. That's my purpose. Am I going to tell you how and when to get into the trade? No, you can go into other channels like Ricky Gutierrez, who can teach you and learn. You could buy Learn Time Profit or whatever and learn to be a good trader and things like that. We're just going in for the information. We do the deep dives. We try to help you out, and we try to provide a little entertainment with it. You might be noticing that Cameo is not here again. Cameo decided that he's in trouble with his wife right now for not calling her, so he's getting his butt reamed out. But going back into it, we will go into the website, check it out, and see what she's got. Now, guys, going into the website, I could see why we had this stock going to where the way it was. Going with this, they're a leading mobile game platform that connects fair and fun players to a meaningful competition and a social community. Looks like they're leveraging in the patented technology for the host's willingness for billions of casual escort tournaments. So they have these online gaming tournaments and things like that for millions of mobile players worldwide that distribute millions in prizes each month. So it's almost kind of like your game player DraftKings and FanDuel kind of thing. And not only are those addicting, but they're actually fun, and there is a skill to do it. I don't care what you say as far as that the game is rigged on DraftKings and FanDuel and all that. I'm just going to call it right now because I am a player of it. It does take skill to do what you got to do on there. Yes, you can win money, but you got to know the strategies, and you got to know what... I've seen so many people that say it's a rigged deck because they know this, and this inside baseball. You can have the same inside baseball if you do the research that the people that win to do it. I've been in top of tournaments before. I haven't taken down the top prize, but I've been pretty dang close. And as a moderate experienced person as far as this, it's not all inside baseball as far as that goes. It takes a lot of practice, and it takes a lot of researching, things like that. If you're going to do a research and rely on a guy, that's why I say on this show, if you're relying on me to make your picks and things like that, we help each other out, and we work as a community, and we work together. That's how you win, is as a team. Not everybody's always right on things like that, and I see a lot of people ask for advice as far as especially for fantasy, like for the fantasy people I listen to, they're like, there's a strategy and there's construction as far as for a lineup. Same thing goes with stocks. There's a strategy, research, and construction of what goes to do with it and to think about it. If you're going to go on a show and just listen to a guy just talk about what to pick and what you think you should pick, that's not how it goes. If anybody's telling you what to pick or what you should pick, they're probably not advising you right. So just the heads up on that one. What we do is we do strategy on the show, and we do our research, and we make all of us better traders when we go to make a trade. So we're not getting into the pump up the gem and things like that, and we're getting taken the next day. So going on to this more, we're going to dive into it and get more with it. So with this company, they have mobile tournaments worldwide. And with the prizes being distributed, the company is headquartered in San Francisco and backed by leading venture capitalist media companies and professional sports leagues. That's interesting there. Skillz is earned the recognition as the fastest growing, most innovative companies. CNBC Disruptor 50 Forbes next $1 billion startups. I would say that all of these are correct, because if you can incorporate, say, like, we had fantasy football, we had basketball, all that kind of good stuff. If you can incorporate gaming to make that the same thing, except it goes a little bit by your skill and some of your research how to do these games, and you're doing this that way, yeah, this company is going to grow. And that's not me. They didn't pay me to say that. I'm just using my common sense and common knowledge. Also, the employees there, I saw pictures of them. They look like they're having a good time, and they're happy to work at the place, and they're having a party. I mean, that could just be the pictures projecting, what they got going on, but the place looks like a cool place to work, and it looks like they're having fun. And hey, if you can incorporate this kind of stuff into game playing, you're going to see a lot more people playing games, especially when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it's kind of an exciting stock to talk about, and I'm happy to talk about it. Okay, going on the news page of the website, it looks like they have Skillz declares an open season for Big Buck Hunters legendary first-person shooter franchise game that expands with the new Big Buck Hunter Marks game of number 3 in sports exclusively on Skillz. Their 14th annual Buck Hunter World Championship, October 1st and 2nd in Chicago, was the first mobile division tournament open to players everywhere, and the champions the winning $5,000 prize. They had a $5,000 prize for Buck Hunter fans around the world, setting its sights. So guys, if there's gamers out there and you want to play some of their stuff to get prizes like that, that's worth practicing in your gaming, man. They're putting things on the line, and it's going to add up to coin there. So that's just one of the highlights on the site there. So guys, on their website, if you go to it, they have the fair competition page. Looks like it has on their fun competition from all major genres of games. Compare leagues and live events. That's going to be exciting if they have the leagues and live events there, because you'll be able to go into the tab, choose what they have going on, and with prizes and things like that, check out. It's almost, like I said, it's almost like a FanDuel DraftKings, except you are playing for prizes and things like that. So I'm not saying putting money on the line and things like that. I haven't delved deep into that as far as that goes. But I'll dive in more and let you know. But as far as that, even if you're getting prizes for playing games and you're doing it by your skill level, so it's not Andre the Giant versus Pee Wee Herman or anything like that. You're putting your league division of where you're at and set, and you're able to go against the competition to win prizes. That sounds pretty cool, and it sounds pretty fair, and so it's not weighted or anything like that. So as far as the experts against you. So that, I mean, that's where you come in when you're just like, it'd be like a sumo wrestler going against a small little guy, and you're actually playing by the sumo wrestler's rules, which is his rules, and he'll beat you every time because he knows the rules of the ring, and playing by his rules, by his game. This way you're on the same page, if that all makes sense. They have a level up to gameplay improves. You win tickets to redeem prizes also as well in the Skillz store, and you also get your name on the leaderboard. So isn't that exciting? So you can go tell your family, friends, and girlfriends or boyfriends that you just won a prize on Skillz. Man, that's some good hot chocolate. So interesting enough, going on to Skillz, you also had the leverage play matching technology. So it's not like, as far, I know some of the fantasy sites, they have divided that up at the tournaments, or you're still going against experts and things like that. But this is a little different, and could be revolutionary as far as on the gaming side, and it's going to draw more people, your rookies, your intermediates, and things like that, as far as that for future growth and things like that. This model that they have is, it looks really, really, really good and interesting. So with the skill leverage play, it matches the player by skill level, And get this, they have anti-cheat technology. Yes, anti-cheating technology. Man, if you can do that as far as without people walking through walls and doing, you guys played the games. You remember what was it, Counter-Strike back in the day that we all used to play back. If you're if you're in the 40s like I am, we used to play Counter-Strike, and some of you still play it. It is a fun game. But you had guys walking through walls and everything, and they'd freaking troll you on the boards and things like that, and you'd be like, dude, you just freaking ghosted me and nailed me through a freaking wall. It's like, what the heck? And but you would get those people and things like that. They get banned out of the room and stuff. But it was still annoying. So beginners play beginners on this, and experts play experts. So also another interesting thing about of Skillz is they offer on their page gaming for the good. Now, gaming for the good, what does that mean? Gaming for the good is they're advancing the power of gaming by connecting players to non-profit partners. Together, they're bringing philanthropy into the all-new mobile-first era, leveraging technology to some of the world's most persistent challenges. Skillz donates 100% of tournament proceeds, which go to charity. I did not know that. I mean, we've talked about it before, but now you know going into it that they do that. Okay, guys, so going on to Seeking Alpha, one of the concerns that some of the listeners, why this guy dove down a little bit, as far as they said that the low-quality games, according to Seeking Alpha, the big hype around Skillz was the concept of winning money based on competitive mobile games. So with this, some reviewers are complaining, like, say, for example, the football game on there. The football game, the resolution as far as the helmets, users have complained. This isn't coming from me. I'm not a big gamer or anything like that. I used to be, but I still think it's interesting, and that's why I'm talking about it, because the model that they have is great. And one of the things I'm going to say is that, yeah, so they're making decent cash and things like that. Yeah, it could be that people don't like the graphics and everything, but they're going to have a meeting, and what's going to happen is they're going to come up in that meeting and they're say, we're going to get these graphics better. And when they get the graphics better, they're going to figure out the problem, and this thing is going to possibly go up if they can correct that problem. If they can't, then they're going to stay around in that range. So it looks like that co-founder Andrew Paradise even confirmed of his concern of low-quality games. He said, with the addition of Big Buck Hunter Marksman at City 2021 Global Conference, he said, and you can see that in the terms of the quality content after launching, I'll be giving you example. Big Buck Hunter Marksman launched us a year earlier and said, it looks like really promising, and look forward if you've tried the title of the graphics and your next gen of our platform. The decision to acquire Akari for 150 million cash in stock streams, the play is based on the user acquisition versus development of top games. Otherwise, Skillz would need to invest in advertising business when the company doesn't even utilize the in-apps advertising to monetize users. So with that, I believe what's going to happen is that with Akari right there, sorry if I butchered it there or anything like that, you could possibly see things start to move around and change. And with that, with you being at 8 and change, eventually you're going to see that rise. And with the other deals that are going around in the world, how the world is changing, we'll see if that has any effect to make that stock go up more than from where it is. So right now, I would say with this, you're getting this at a discounted price. And to watch it, find your buy point if you can get in on the discounted price. I'm not saying buy today. What I'm saying is to look for where your price point is, get in. I don't think we could see it take a downturn and maybe a little more cheap, but I would expect things to go north before they went south and go down. So that's just my take on that. We're going to end it with this one, and we're going to go on to the next. Okay, guys, so the next stock we have is BITF. BITF. Last tick was $5.33. Going in onto this one here, looks like in December 2020, again, like you saw before Q Card was elected, it was around the change route, then it was above $1. And then it looks like towards April, when everybody made their money off Bitcoin, and we saw the record Bitcoin spikes. And guys, don't think that's a blip off the radar. If you're writing Bitcoin off right now, or processing, or NFTs, or anything, you're sadly mistaken. Do not listen to the alphabet media when they're trying to spin to you that this stuff is dead. There's always going to be something that comes around to replace it. So don't give in to the noise that, you know, it's dead, it's beating the water, things like that. It's not going away, okay? So this might be the time to start looking into all that, looking into precious metals, diversifying into commodities, your natural resources, things like that. You want to diversify in everything, and some of the one stocks you know that are going to get hit when the crapeth hits the faneth. You know what you're going to choose like that. So just choose wisely, because you can still make money, and you can gobble up some of this cheap crap when the cheap crap comes. Just because, and inform your friends. Don't hide anything and say, "Hey, one up you. I got in on this," and things like that. I told you. I mean, if they're not going to believe you that you need to be careful and things like that, then it is what it is. But try to inform them to save them so they don't suffer when things go down the toilet. So with it going into this company there, we're on the website, we're checking it out here. They're saying computer power to reshape the world. They provide an essential service for the validation and verification of global cryptocurrency transactions. Huge, huge, huge. If they're in on a percentage of all that kind of stuff, like some of the one, I'm invested in some of this stuff because I know that as soon as the crapeth hit the faneth, that this is going to come back like it did before. And if you do see that, obviously you got to find out where you're locking your profits in, and then get back in on the cheap if you have to. So always remember that if you have it, don't feel like you have to. The most important thing, it's one of Ricky Gutierrez's rules: always lock in profits. Guys, they deal with transaction validation. With that, the process deals with the validation of transactions on Bitcoin networks. Miners receive reward for maintaining integrity for the network. They also receive rewards for the power usage that they loan out to there as well. They're incentivized only to generate blocks containing legitimate transactions. Company highlights: 1.6 EH corporate hash rate, 82 megawatts of built infrastructure across 5 commuting centers in Quebec, Canada. Yes, you heard it, Quebec, Canada, not somewhere else in Chumbawamba somewhere. As far as that controls all the power, and we know who we're talking about. That would be China. US 0.04 kilowatt average cost, 99.9% green hydroelectricity. So that's another huge one. They're saying they have green hydroelectric electricity. Vertical integration operational excellence. BITF, first cryptocurrency miner to a full prospectus with the OSC. Okay, going on to the company overview there. The vertical integration. Bitfarms continues to have strong returns. They've invested capital through the emphasis on industrial scale operations and efficiencies and cost-effective infrastructure built out through 100% of its owned electrical contractor, Volta Electrique. Clean and renewable energy, because yes, one of the reasons why that China has the largest Bitcoin mining operation is because they have access to coal power. Coal power, they can put it out for cheap, and they can get more as far as more production from what they do. So, but these guys are using clean and renewable energy, which is another good reason why to support them. And don't come back with the, "Oh, dude, you're on this side." I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just saying you gotta want to have. Nobody wants to have dirty air or water. I don't care what side of the fence you're on or anything like that. It doesn't have to be political. We need a clean planet all around, not just in different areas. It has to be for everybody. So eventually, someday, maybe they'll figure that out there. On-site monitoring and repair lab. Performance and monitoring platform for in-house mine repair lab. 100% electrical contractors. On-staff electrical provider cost effective for timely build-outs. So it's all Quebec, Canada, Quebec, Canada, Quebec, Canada. Canada. I was thinking of cannabis. Just kidding. They got some of the operations on there. They're going to check it out. Looks pretty cool. Hopefully it's not stock photos. Going into the news, because news always controls everything we got there on there. October 4th, this is the latest news. And this is why we're trending here, guys. So some people on StockList were like, "Oh, why are we trending?" Well, this is why we're trending. Bitfarms expands Quebec mining operations to 13 megawatt of hydropower, exceeds 1.6 hash rate, corporate hash rate. Okay, So going on to the news article there, let's get a little hot chocolate before we go dive into that one while it's loading up. We're going to gloss over into this here. Here's your big news that you want. The increased capacity of Cowansville, Quebec from 4 megawatts to 17 megawatts receives and installs 40 Bitmain S19J Pro miners, boost hash rate approximately 100 hash rate per second, petahash rate, or petahash rate. The news release constitutes news release for the purpose of the company's prospectus, supplemental date August 16, 2021. And so they have all the stuff there. So that was the big release there. You can go through to the forward statements. We're going to go to the alphabets and check out what they're saying, because we got to cover what the Mockingbirds are saying as well. So we have to keep in mind what they're saying too. So one of the biggest plugs we had out there from the alphabets came from Yahoo News. I'm not going to go over the article because we pretty much basically covered it on their news site and things like that. What I am going to tell you, we're not going to go to Stockwits just because we'll get this out to them. We'll see what the real traders are saying. The hype is up. Everything's good. But what I would say is that if this is not a stock you can't afford, there is hope. There is another one that's like it. Some bears out there are like, I don't know about this one and things like that. But you can get it on NSAV. I have made money on NSAV. So just to look at that one, check out NSAV. It is on a little bit of the cheap. I've been talking, I think I've told you guys like 5 or 6 times about NSAV. So that is the poor man's way to get into it, where you could still make money. But if you guys have other ones you want to share about that's not like this one, I've covered this one. This is the second time because I like covering these ones, and when they pop up, you need to get your exposure to your portfolio to these kind of processing companies. If it's cheap, big, as long as they come in with the right dollar-rooskies as far as that they have earning rates, they're decent pickups. If you have ones you want to share with, because there's tons of other ones out there, let the community know. Help the community out. Help the new traders out there, new to the show and new to stocks that want to learn about this. Share your stocks there and share your picks, what you want to pick. We'll put them out on the show if we feel like they're going to help people. If they're like pumpandump.com, we don't play the pump and dump game here. I mean, we talk about them, but because they are on the radar, but we're not going to pump up the gem and tell you to buy it or anything like that. So maybe we'll get Camille back tomorrow night there. Don't make it a dog show, and good night now.